Hello, people of the internet. I'm Rotting My Brain, and I'm playing the Halloween map. This map is just incredible. Like, the map, the event, everything. Like, Wargaming have really outdone themselves with this, and honestly, it's a shame that all of this stuff is only in the game for, like, 3 weeks. It was kind of the same issue with Dunkirk back in the summer. It's just, you make this incredible looking map, you bring in all of these unique ship models, and then just basically throw them away after just a few weeks. But, you know, I'm not really complaining, let's be honest, because, this makes the game more entertaining, at least for this little while. Though, I'm going to talk a bit more later about this event and the, what I had to go through in order to finally 5-star it, but first off, I finally got another tier 10. Now, the way I play this game is that I don't concentrate on one particular line and just grind the heck out of it until I get a tier 10. What I do is just spread my playtime around and just play multiple lines, because of course I want to play lots of different ships. Now, what this means is that I have every single line except USCVs, so every single line except USCVs up to tier 6 at least. So I have tons of mid to high tier stuff to play with, but I don't have tons of tier 9s and 10s. My Yamato was alone at the top for quite a long time, but now she finally has a friend, the Des Moines. And I didn't think I would like the Des Moines too much after just my experience with the Baltimore. I was kind of sucking with the thing for most of the grind with it, but I got the hang of it kind of near the end. But still, I didn't think I would like the Des Moines too much, but holy shit was I wrong. I only played 3 battles in that thing before I broke my record for most XP in a single game. That particular game was on Islands of Ice, where I went to the sea cap, did some radaring and shooting, but then ended up running away like a bitch because the enemy push materialized into a lemming train. Though eventually I, found my man pants, turned around, set up camp behind an island, got some cruiser broadsides, and just started killing. And yeah, that ended up being quite the match by the end of it. I don't know if I'll actually show it, but yeah, that's my experience with the Des Moines so far. I'm absolutely loving the thing. Though, speaking of US cruisers, I saw on Reddit today, and the news came out that we knew already that this was going to happen, but the US cruiser line split, the ships in the split were revealed. It's the new line is a paper ship, the Dallas, then the USS Helena, which takes the place of the World War II era St. Louis, just taking the name to avoid confusion. And then tier 8 is the Cleveland. I'm guessing this is the unnerfed Cleveland from like the beta that we're going to be getting. Then another paper ship, the Seattle, and then the USS Worcester at tier 10. While the main line is going to see the Pensacola, the New Orleans, and the Baltimore all pushed down one tier in order to fill the hole that the Cleveland left. And then at tier 9 is going to be a paper ship called the USS Buffalo, which I've actually seen in the game files like a long-ass time ago. That ship is evidently going to have torpedoes, so that should be interesting. And then the Des Moines is still just going to be the Des Moines at tier 10. So that I'm thinking I'm excited for that. There's the noticeable absence of, say, the USS Wichita, but of course with that not being there, that just screams future premium. But it is also kind of curious how they put the Helena at tier 7 and the Cleveland at tier 8, with the Helena possessing an extra turret as opposed to the Cleveland's 4 turrets. I'm guessing they're going to compensate for that by just by giving the Helena the current Cleveland's just utterly shit firing arcs. the thing will be almost like a tier 7 Mogami at close range, but at long range it'll kind of be useless. So that I'm thinking is how they're going to balance it. But hey, all this is still work in progress, and we really don't have much other than just the actual new tech tree and just a couple ship models that I was able to find just in the Reddit thread. But yeah, now I actually want to get into this Halloween event. The first time I ever played this event, I got 3 stars on it. I was using the Chapaya, the cruiser, and I thought, okay, this is not too hard, but oh boy. After that just initial 3-star attempt just followed a long line of failure. Yeah, apart from just another 3-star and then I think like a 2-star, I failed every single attempt up to this one. And this is actually my first 5-star run on this map, and so far only as of the time I'm recording this. And oh hey, what's that? Yeah, it's a Rasputin. So the proper way to actually really get 5 stars in this is you need to have whichever battleships that are on your team just be a bit ballsy, go into the field and hunt down these boss ships. Now yeah, and also lucky detonations work too, but yes, yeah. So my friendly Turpits just demonstrated there the most efficient way in taking out these boss ships. The Magnus here, also by the way, when I first played this event I completely forgot that that friendly fire is just completely turned off. So some torpedo beats happened in my first attempts, but now I just don't care. So anyway, my friendly there demonstrated that the proper way of killing these boss ships is to just use the Magnus's Y key consumable, which is actually a just temporary invincibility button, and then just go and ram them. This event is just so fun and ridiculous. Who does not want to sail around ships like this that first off have all these cool steampunk skins, but also have the most overpowered consumables that you can imagine. Like first off, an area of effect heal that lasts for 60 seconds, and then an invincibility button, and that's just for the battleship. And I actually didn't realize that this invincibility button reloaded as quickly as it did. I would have definitely made more use of it, particularly with avoiding some of these torpedo strikes from Gorgon over here. Yeah, and this Gorgon is just absolutely stupid at tanking damage. I nailed the guy with a Citadel, didn't even feel it. So, 250,000 health, but with how the field just regens his health, this guy is probably capable of tanking about 750k. And yeah, right now I'm gonna try and go for the ram, but I kind of miss and just tag his stern, but it still does half health, but that's the problem, he's still alive and I'm just right next to him. So now it's about to commence kind of just the most ridiculous chase ever. And my torpedoes are reloaded, so that should help deal with DPS, and the guy is also torping himself, which is pretty funny. So yeah, I didn't realize that the invincibility key reloaded as fast as it did. Just, if I did, I would have definitely made more use of it for, avoiding either torpedoes from the Gorgon or, I eventually take quite the salvo from a Varg that is literally right next to me, but it all ended up working out in the end. As I mentioned, this was a 5-star run. So I'm still just chasing this guy down, dealing fire damage and everything, and see what I mean? The dude's torping himself. But yeah, this AI is just it's quite amusing sometimes. But yeah, here's some not so surprised butt sex in order to You know, for 5 stars, I need to, or rather, the team has to first off kill these 2 boss ships, kill 30 enemies in the filth, save 2 towers in Transylvania, and so on. But yeah, that is pretty much what we're accomplishing now. We have both boss ships down. Transylvania is pretty safe, and we have 29 of 30 of these ships killed in the filth. It really helps that if as much of the team as possible, and yeah, there's kill number 30. Sadly, our turbines had to die to get it, but it helps when as many ships get into the filth as possible. You have all of these super heals on pretty much everything going, so you can just continuously recover health. And the more ships are in the filth, the more targets there are for these AIs to shoot at. And in an ideal situation, you're never going to have a ship really get too close to dying if everybody at least, I'm not advocating just straight up teamwork, because that's never going to happen in random lobbies like this, but if everybody just pays attention and just cooperates even the barest minimum, then yeah, there's no way you're not going to be able to do this. And yeah, I aim up on this Martel here, but the torpedoes are going to get him. But yeah, the thing is, it's so hard to actually even just find that in these random lobbies. I'm now just sailing right into the middle of all these enemy ships, just trying to leave the field. I didn't realize what I was getting into by sailing up through here, but again, I'm perfectly fine when it comes to tanking. I also pop my heal to try and help keep our destroyer alive. But yeah, this is just getting ridiculous. The replay also just doesn't show the timer at the top. It's just stuck at 0-0, and you see that there we go. I get 20,000 health taken off just while looking the other way, thinking about KSing that Martel, but there's really no need to. But yeah, now I'm just looking at this guy and just like, okay, you hurt me too much already, so I'm gonna angle up and see if I can get torpedoes on you. And now I finally leave the filth after maybe, I don't know, a full 10 or so minutes inside. There are my torpedoes, and again, although you don't really see it, and the camera jerked out right there, although you don't really see it, we are extremely close to actually, finishing off the timer and claiming the win here. And yeah, it's just a matter of keeping these few enemy ships away from the tower. And yeah, there's my teammate in chat, 5 stars. So yeah, with so many of our friendlies in the filth, that kept most of these guys from actually advancing outside of it because there were enemies behind them. And I'm actually going to KS this Varg from the cloud to get a 12th kill. There's a random black frame there. I don't know where that came from. But that is 5 stars in the Sunray of Darkness map and a 15-minute long single take commentary. Holy shit, that was probably going to be rough as fuck. But yeah, 1.1 million damage, 12 kills. I'm pretty proud of this performance. And yeah, each star on this map gives you one of those free pumpkin Halloween containers. So I'd already popped the first 3, so I got my last 2 here and ended up getting this thing, Bismarck Varg camo. So I don't know if I'm really going to use this too much in just random battles, but it's pretty cool looking, I think, so it'll be nice to have. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Rotting My Brain, and that's the video.